Cyber Threat Brief for June 13, 2026. Shiny hunters exploited Oracle PeopleSoft zero-day CV E2026-35273 for 2 weeks, stealing data from 100-plus organizations, mostly universities. CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, added it to KEV, Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog. A Conti ransomware member pleaded guilty and faces 20 years. China-linked Velvet Ant spent 9 years backdooring Linux PAM and Open SSH login systems. Here's the full breakdown of today's top security stories. Daily Security Brief, 2026-06-13. Next section, Critical Alerts. Oracle PeopleSoft zero-day exploited, CVE 2026-35273. Shiny hunters exploited CVE 2026-35273. A critical 9. 8. CVSS, the Common Vulnerability Scoring System, authentication bypass in Oracle PeopleSoft Environment Management Hub, from May 27 through June 9, 2026. The vulnerability allowed unauthenticated remote code execution across 300-plus PeopleSoft instances at 100-plus organizations. 68% of victims were higher education institutions, including University of Nottingham, which confirmed a significant data breach affecting current and former students. Attackers used Mesh Central for command and control, disguised agents as Azure services, deployed SSH credential spraying scripts, and exfiltrated data using Z-standard compression. Oracle patched the flaw June 10 after Trend AI identified it. CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, added CVE 2026-35273 to the Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog June 12. EPSS, the Exploit Prediction Scoring System, score is 0. 7th percentile, but active exploitation in the wild makes this critical. Action, patch PeopleSoft People tools immediately using Oracle's June 10 security advisory. Federal agencies have a BOD 2064 deadline. Verify no compromise occurred before patching. Check for Mesh Central agents, especially those named after Azure services, unexpected SSH activity, Z-standard compression activity, and outbound connections from PeopleSoft servers. Higher education institutions should prioritize student data breach notifications. Sources: Dark Reading CISA Ars Technica Data Breaches. Net. Next section, Ransomware Claims, last 48H. 16 claims tracked across one group on 2026-06-12. These are unverified claims from ransomware leak sites, not confirmed breaches. Group Victim Sector Country 3AM Jetmachprod. Jet Machine Products, Aerospace/Manufacturing USA 3AM Jastrobarsko. HR, Town of Jastrobarsko. Government/Municipal Croatia 3AM Pomero. Pomero Manufacturing/Energy Argentina 3AM Insamani. R Insa and Delma, Agriculture/Food Processing Argentina 3AM Bsynchro. Bsynchro Holding, Insurance/Insurtech Unknown 3AM Molinos Caboti. R Molinos Caboti HNAS. Food Processing Argentina 3AM WS. BRWS Group Brasil, Logistics/Business Services Brazil 3AM Consultic. B Consul TIC, IT Services Belgium 3AM AMC. Org. O Australian Medical Council. Healthcare/Medical Accreditation Australia 3AM Agroexportados. Agro Industrial Exportadora, Food Processing/Agriculture Mexico 3AM Hoplongtech. H-letter-1E3P Longtech, Industrial Automation Vietnam 3AM MGR Law. Mogren, Glessner and Arens. Legal Services USA 3AM ASA Forwarding. ACE Forwarding, Logistics USA 3AM I Controls. Industrial Controls SAC. Industrial Automation Peru 3AM Bun. NL Bun, Real Estate/Construction Netherlands 3AM HSJ Lawyers. HSJ Lawyers, Legal Services Australia. Next section, Ransomware and Extortion. Conti ransomware member pleads guilty. Oleksiy Oleksiyovich, Litvinenko, 44, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud for his role in the Conti ransomware operation. He admitted to joining Conti in September 2021, holding stolen data from 12 victims, 8 in the U.S., and developing malware loaders used in attacks. Conti targeted over 1,000 victims globally and collected $150 plus million in ransom payments between 2021 and 2022. Litvinenko and co-conspirators extorted $634,000 in Bitcoin from 2 Tennessee victims, including a government entity that led to compromise of a sheriff's department, EMS, and police department. They also leaked data from a Tennessee victim that refused a $3 million ransom demand. He faces up to 20 years in prison at sentencing on September 10. Litvine & Co. was arrested in Ireland in July 2023 while asleep but within arm's reach of an open laptop running Cobalt Strike and extradited to the U.S. in October 2025. Conti disbanded in 2022 after internal chat leaks and splintered into Black Cat, Black Basta, Xeon, Hive, Quantum, Black Byte, Karakurt, and Silent Ransom Group. 4 co-conspirators remain indicted. Sources: Bleeping Computer Cyberscoop. Global Schools Foundation ransomware negotiation, failure. Global Schools Foundation, GSF, a Singapore-based K-12 education organization operating 12 international school brands, suffered a ransomware attack where their negotiator acted bizarrely, leading to a failed negotiation. The incident highlights how poor negotiation tactics can result in worse outcomes for breach victims. Source: Data Breaches, Net. Next section: Business and Infrastructure Threats. China-linked group backdoored Linux login systems for 9 years. Signia reports that Velvet Ant, a China Nexus threat group, maintained persistent access to air-gapped Linux networks by backdooring PAM, pluggable authentication modules, and open SSH components from 2016 to present. The attackers replaced legitimate PAM login modules and open SSH binaries with backdoored versions that allowed authentication with hard-coded passwords, logged real credentials as users logged in, and captured all typed commands. 9 separate backdoor versions were discovered. The group accessed air-gapped networks by compromising internet-facing web servers as pivot points, then using hidden tunnels to reach isolated segments. Because the login system itself was compromised, normal containment measures like password resets and session kills were ineffective. Velvet Ant previously exploited Cisco NXOS CVE 2024-20399. Patched July 2024, CISAKEV, known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, same day, EPSS 0.772nd percentile, to backdoor switches and turned F5 BIGIP appliances into internal command servers in 2024. The group targets infrastructure components that are trusted by default and rarely monitored. Action: monitor PAM and OpenSSH files for unexpected changes. Baseline and regularly verify integrity of /lib/security/pam*. So, /usr/sbin/sshd and related binaries against known good copies. Alert on any modification. If compromised, remove backdoors before resetting passwords or new credentials will be stolen immediately. Test replacements in lab first to avoid lockout on production systems. Patch Cisco Nexus gear for CVE 2024-20399. Watch F5 appliances for unexpected outbound connections. This is a verification problem, not a patching problem. Source: The Hacker News. Supply chain attack early warning signs on dark web. Flare researchers identified underground forum posts advertising GitHub access, private repositories, source code, API, keys, OAuth tokens, cloud credentials, and CI/CD data that represent early warning signs of supply chain attacks before they become public incidents. A recent post advertised GitHub-related access including developer accounts, private repositories, and source code that could enable attacks against downstream customers. The Versal incident in April 2026 demonstrated how compromised OAuth-connected SAS access can create wider security concerns. Posts mentioning OAuth access, SAS tools, environment variables, or developer platforms deserve attention even when claims are unverified. The Sportradar case linked to Team PCP supply chain campaign involved a compromised Trivi scanner. Action: monitor for exposure of your organization's GitHub accounts, private repositories, API keys, OAuth tokens, and CI/CD credentials on underground forums. Leaked developer access can expose secrets, deployment scripts, package publishing logic, cloud credentials, and enable attacks on customers through trusted update mechanisms. Source: Bleeping Computer. Insider threat. Iowa school IT worker sentenced for sabotage. Former Sadle Community School District IT worker Ezekiel Dean Potter was sentenced June 11 for disrupting school technology systems used by students and staff after he left employment. The disruptions affected classroom technology, staff accounts, and district-managed devices. Action: revoke all access immediately upon employee separation. Monitor for unauthorized access attempts from former employees. Implement separation procedures that disable accounts, rotate shared credentials, and verify removal of remote access tools. Source: Data Breaches, Net. Main Data Breach Portal disabled after fake disclosures. Main disabled its public data breach reporting portal after fraudulent breach disclosures were published on the state's website. The state is reviewing procedures to prevent abuse of the portal in the future. Source: Bleeping Computer. Next section: General Security News. KPMG AI report demonstrates AI hallucinations. GPT-0 claims only 5 of 45 citations in KPMG AI report match their sources, raising questions about how the Big Four firm's AI study was assembled. The report became an accidental demonstration of AI hallucination problems. Source: The Register. New Mac OS Tahoe 26 forensic artifact discovered. Unit 42 discovered a new Mac OS Tahoe 26 forensic artifact that tracks user menu selections across the operating system. This provides additional forensic evidence for incident investigations on Mac OS systems. Source: Unit 42. LabCorp settles Anka breach for $35 million. LabCorp reached a $35 million settlement over the 2019 American Medical Collection Agency Anka/Retrieval Masters Creditors Bureau breach that affected 10,251,784 patients. AMCA was a third-party billing collections company used by LabCorp. Source: Data breaches. Net. DOJ. COVID-19 relief fraud arrests. 7 men were arrested in coordinated law enforcement actions across 3 states for submitting fraudulent COVID-19 relief loan applications, PPP and EIDL programs, totaling $205,639. Suffolk County woman also pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bank fraud and aggravated identity theft, facing up to 30 years and a $1 million fine. Sources: DOJ Nevada, DOJ Western NY. Next section, Patch Priority. Oracle PeopleSoft People Tools, Critical 9. 8 CVSS, 0-day CVE 2026-35273 actively exploited, CIS-AKEV. Patch immediately. Cisco Nexus NXOS, CVE 2024-20399, backdoor persistence tool for Velvet Ant Group. Patch if not already applied, July 2024 patch. PHP BB Forum software, 10-year-old authentication bypass allows attacker to log in as any user including administrators. Update to latest version. Next section, Vulnerability Disclosures. PHP BB authentication bypass, 10 years old. A 10-year-old authentication bypass vulnerability in PHP BB Forum software allows attackers to log in as any user, including administrators. The flaw has been fixed in the latest release. Action: update PHP BB installations to the latest patched version immediately. Review admin access logs for unauthorized logins. Source: Bleeping Computer. Microsoft Security Update Guide. CVS Microsoft published information for 18 CVEs in its Security Update Guide, primarily affecting OpenSSL, Vim, and cryptographic components bundled in Windows and other Microsoft products. Notable CVEs include CVE 2026-9076, out-of-bounds read in CMS password-based decryption, EPSS 0.1, 27th percentile. CVE 2026-42766, null dereference in password-based CMS decryption, EPSS 0.1, 21st percentile. CVE 2026-47162, Vim Vimscript code injection via crafted directory name, EPSS 0.0, 14th percentile. CVE 2026-52860, Vim arbitrary code execution via Python omnicompletion, EPSS 0.0, 15th percentile. CVE 2026-52859, Vim out-of-bounds read in terminal screen snapshot, EPSS 0.0, 12th percentile. CVE 2026-47167, Vim Vimscript code injection in Cucumber file type plugin, EPSS 0.0, 14th percentile. CVE 2026-44705, path traversal in TMP via unsanitized prefix/postfix, EPSS 0.1, 20th percentile. CVE 2026-45445, AESOCB Roman 4 ignored on EVP cipher path, EPSS 0.0, 4th percentile. CVE 2026-45447, heap use after free in PKCS 7 verify function, EPSS 0.1, 26th percentile. CVE 2026-42764, null pointer dereference in quick server initial packet handling, EPSS 0.0, 13th percentile. CVE 2026-34181, PKCS #12 files with PBMac1 accepted with short HMAC keys, EPSS 0.0, 0th percentile. CVE 2026-34183, unbounded memory growth in quick path challenge handler, EPSS 0.0, 12th percentile. CVE 2026-34182, CMS auth enveloped data processing may accept forged messages. EPSS 0.0, 0th percentile. CVE 2026-7383. Heap buffer overflow in ASN. 1 multibyte string conversion. EPSS 0.1, 21st percentile. CVE 2026-42768. Multi-recipient info Bleikenbacher Oracle in CMS decrypt/PKCS7 decrypt. EPSS 0.0, 1st percentile. CVE 2026-45446. Incorrect tag processing for empty messages in AES GCMSIV/AES-SIV modes. EPSS 0.0, 2nd percentile. CVE 2026-42767. Null pointer dereference in CRMF encrypted value decryption. EPSS 0.1, 19th percentile. CVE 2026-42769. Trust anchor substitution via cert/issue typo in CMP root kaki update. EPSS 0.0, 1st percentile. CVE 2026-34180. Heap buffer overread in ASN. 1 content parsing. EPSS 0.1, 19th percentile. CVE 2023-5678. Excessive time spent in DH check/generation with large Q parameter. EPSS 0.5, 68th percentile. All have low EPSS scores, indicating low probability of exploitation in the wild currently. Action. Apply Microsoft security updates containing these fixes. Priority should be given to systems running Vim in shared environments and those using affected cryptographic libraries in internet-facing applications. Sources: MSRC CVE 2026-9076, MSRC 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 and 39 additional CVEs. See show notes for the full list. Next section, Trends and Context. Zero-day exploitation continues to be a critical threat vector, with Shiny Hunter's 2-week exploitation window on people soft demonstrating the real-world damage before patches arrive. Higher education institutions remain high-value targets due to large volumes of personal data, with relatively weaker security compared to enterprise. The Velvet Ant campaign shows advanced persistent threat actors are focusing on infrastructure components that defenders trust by default and rarely verify, making integrity monitoring of core system components essential defensive practice. That concludes today's Cyber Threat Brief. From Carolina Clear Tech, stay patched, stay vigilant.